Welcome back to Israel in Context. Obama did it again. He did it to Israel again. First he starts talking 67 borders. Then he says Israel has to negotiate with Hamas. Hamas? Really?
In my first Israel in Context appearance, I mentioned that, unlike my counterpart over there, I'm an Obama-voting, bleeding-heart liberal. Well, something happened last week, and while my liberalism's pretty well intact, my love for the Obama White House is on shakier ground. I'm in shock and actual disbelief that the administration, with no announcement made, edited the whitehouse.gov website and removed all links between Jerusalem and Israel. What were they thinking? Who does that? Here's an example. I mean, it's clear the captions were altered and the word Israel deleted after Jerusalem, so it just reads Jerusalem with no nation attributed. This happened at the State Department website as well and was not limited to photos. Now, I've read a rationalization of U.S. policy stating that Jerusalem's nationality has always been pending final status negotiations. But why go back and re-edit years and years of old photo captions? Why would they do that? Unless they must have been learning from Palestinian Authority television recently.
هل نفهم من هذا الكلام أن هذا المصطلح وهذا الاهتمام الغريب سياسي هذا الاهتمام الغريب بهذا الموقع بالذات يعني هو عبارة عن شيء حديث وليس له جذور تاريخية
نهائيا ليس له جذور تاريخية هو اصطلاح سياسي لكسب قلوب وعاطفة الصهيونيين الموجودين في أوروبا.
من شرفة منزلنا نطل على القداسة من ناحية وعلى الإثم والدنس فوق بقعة كانت تحتضن الأهل والديار. ها نحن نرسم خرائطنا الجديدة وحين يختفون من الصورة كمرحلة لا تذكر من صفحات تاريخ مدينتنا سنعيد البناء. هنا سيقام حي المغاربة.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Prices for Western Wall adjacent properties are going to go through the roof when that happens. Oh, and for anyone curious, go ahead and Google Dal al-Maghrabi. Now, why in the world would a progressive U.S. administration take revisionist history lessons from these radicals and give equal time to this bile? How can they actually entertain the idea that Jewish sovereignty over any part of Jerusalem is disputable? This is a clear example of delegitimizing Israel as a whole. Just as one would, say, delegitimize a manners and etiquette debate by allowing the cast of Jersey Shore to speak because, you're afraid they might fist pump you in the face if you don't. Now, are we going to teach our kids the value of life, liberty, and spineless appeasement? While liberalism is about tolerance, that tolerance does not extend to accepting lies and racist revisionism. When Hamas or the Palestinian Authority rewrite history, unfortunately, we hardly blink. Let's face it, after years of rocket attacks and suicide bombings, mere lies and history revision seem like steps in the right direction. But the U.S. administration's recent actions show a disconnect with their purported values of transparency and tolerance. Is tolerating intolerance really what the new left is about? Let's reclaim what liberal really means and not let the right be right. Off to GTL, yo!
That's why I'm gym tanning laundry,